We've had isekais have dominated the genre since probably that time I got reincarnated as a slime, where every time we have overpowered MC that gets transported, or they could be, or they got killed or stabbed in their world. Then they come into this new, brand new world, and it's more so, I'm the strongest, or about 3 episodes. There's no build up, there's no nothing. They're the strongest character that has ever lived. And on top of that, they just have a harem. Like, we can go Overlord, we can go any isekai that has more than 7 words as a whole ass title. That time I got reincarnated as a vending machine. These things just keep getting worse and worse by the season. And honestly, the plot is the same. You can predict everything from episode 1. And let's be honest, it gets lackluster. And honestly, very boring and predictable. But when you come into a series like this one, for example, yes, it has the whole isekai, but when I tell you, it breaks every rule known to isekai possible. It gives you layers, it gives you mysteries, it rewards you for going in depth and doing your research. But hey yo, let's talk about this. First of all, if you just jump into this series thinking, overpowered MC, or no, that's not how this works. It's called Lord of the Mysteries for a reason. Mostly it might feel like a detective show, but the one thing about this show, you gotta do your research. Again, I will emphasize this. Coming from me, you gotta do your research. Because the first few episodes, it hits you with sequences. It hits you with what the hell is a Beyonder. So, short explanation. A Beyonder is a mage. And to get to a higher level of a Beyonder, you start from sequence 9 going downwards to get stronger. And you just watch the anime through potions. This is not an explanation about how Lord of the Mystery works. It's just a small introduction. But compared to, like, again, the 3 episodes of every isekai known to goddamn man, woman, and child, this is so different. It does start off the same, but when you're like, okay, I feel like I'm missing so much. In the first 3 episodes, not even the first episode alone, you're hit with so much lore, so much you're like, oh, okay, I think I'm either missing something or there's something completely wrong with this. But however, that's where it truly does begin, because it does take place in the Victoria era. So basically, if you're into steampunk, if you're into like those types of things, yeah, it's plain enough, it's very perfect for you. And if you're also into some freaky, sneezy occults, or if you're into battle shonen, it's got that for you. If you're into like supernatural and fantasy, that's what this show is goddamn for. But why I say it's a more so detective series? It's more so there are clues within episodes. For example, payoff in like episode 1. I'm not gonna say what it is. For example, let me just give a small hint. Like a book. You do find out towards more about the book and how important it is. For example, in episode 3. And then so on and so forth. But what I'm going to say that this show does reward like the audience. But there's one thing I'm going to say. You literally have to watch everything and be suspicious of goddamn everything. This isn't a show where I can just say, so relaxing, so calming, I can understand everything. No. When you see text on the screen, pause that shit, read it. So a character said something, reload that shit, read it. This show literally is overthinker's best and worst nightmare, because everything towards this show, for example, I could say like in episode 4, there was a certain organization, it's called Aurora. I'm not going to tell what Aurora is, but it is helpful towards the end of the episode. It's more so high fantasy based, but trust me, when you see something on screen, lock the fuck in, because if you don't, you'll be like, for example, even now people are saying, I don't understand Lord of the Mysteries. Brother, personally, I've watched the anime. I'm not caught up. I'm on episode 6 at the moment. I have watched 3 hours of 4 different YouTubers explaining this shit to me, and I have a small understanding of what it is, and I'm so hyped for what's coming. But it just made my spidey sense just tingle, just like everything. Just this character does this character does that. But what are some small mysteries that you all should look out for? The sequences, for example, because I told you, our main character, Klein, he starts at sequence 9. Always keep in mind that the show won't explain everything to you. It's more so for you to find out. For example, how does Klein's powers work? You get a small hint of he has spirit vision. He can see spirits and can see the aura of someone. But how he uses those powers, you really just gotta find out for yourself. Believe me, there ain't no explanation about that. But now let's delve into like, not the secret, but like with this we have like churches. So again steampunk era. If you're a big fan of this show, goddamn, this show is for you. But in this world, you trust me, you have gods, you have angels, you have that whole shebang, you have secret organizations, and maybe some unseen forces. But let's delve into the man, the myth, the legend, Klein Moretti. I'm not even gonna go over what I've learned about this man that I cannot wait for in the anime. This man was a software engineer. He was pulled into the world. But do you want to know, I have never seen someone like, forget Satoru Gojo, forget Escanor. This man pulled up into the world, took a potion that grants him the powers of a mage / beyonder, and has a very OP castle. Entered a spirit world, summoned 2 people just out of curiosity. So you'd expect this man to be like, okay, what the fuck do I do next? Man casually walks into this small cathedral, or let's just say royalty round table. Then he's like, this was merely but a test. Here's the entire clip. I'm telling you, this show is something else. So for example, Klein, forget everyone you know, this man doesn't know what he's doing, but he's pretending to know what he's doing. If y'all can believe that, if you had the, you'd be like, okay, how do I do this? No. Klein being like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna roll with it because it works. But Klein, yeah, he goes into an organization called the Black Hawks, which is again interesting. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but what happens to the person who he transmigrates or he incarnates to? He died. I'm not going to tell you how he died, just watch episode 1. Believe me when I say, I couldn't do this show justice if I broke down every single episode, because every single episode would need a follow-up video for me to explain it. Because if what I tell you in episode 1, fun enough, it pays off, for example, in episode 5. So again, I would need to make a whole ass video, and this would be 2 hours of me explaining this series. Honestly, I would, and I love it. But trust me, we have so many sequences and they're so interesting. We have Klein doing the most when I'm saying the most, I mean the most in terms of he's a detective, he's looking after his family. Of course, his ultimate goal at the moment, I don't know about his future goals, but at the moment is to return home. And goddamn, also, we got some. And on top of that, you want to know one thing? And the most important thing, he doesn't have a horror. Believe it or not, he doesn't. But the visuals we have in this goddamn show, they knew what they're doing. They knew how they were cooking. For example, you have someone who's been wanting to Klein's pants since episode 1 when he isekai or transmigration, however you want to say it. But what I can tell about Lord of the Mysteries, do not switch your brain off. If you're a casual anime fan that's like, oh, I just want to jump into this because it seemed interesting, I saw a cool TikTok fight. Believe me when I tell you this, do not jump into that. Do not jump into this series with that type of mentality. You want to know why? You're not going to understand anything. For example, there are multiple people who have read isekais upon isekais, and they're like, okay, I can't get into this. It's too confusing. No, it is confusing. If you jump into this show with the mindset of, hey yo, I'm just here for a good time. Oh, trust me. With this show, you gotta do your homework. Hold on. I would find that I literally have a book that I wrote about multiple characters that I'm interested in. How I believe they're gonna turn out, because again, this show, it's all about the theories. It's all about this clue leads into this. We've heard about this organization. So again, my biggest recommendation is, if you're jumping into Lord of the Mysteries, do your homework. Believe it or not. But if you're someone, believe it or not. But if you're someone that enjoys this series in more so that you're into it has that mysteries, it has the occult, it has the supernatural aspect, and it has the power fantasy. It's for you. Believe me when I say this. I heard about Lord of Mysteries. I never got into it. I mean, I read the dongwa/manhwa/manhwa, but I couldn't get into it. But the anime definitely. Honestly, I'm gonna be reading after I finish Shadow Slave. I will be reading Volume 1 of Lord of the Mysteries, because again, this shit is interesting. Considering, for example, can I just show you a small snippet of how confusing this world is? This alone is the timeline. Keep in mind, this is made by someone who is well in depth, light novel historian. And keep in mind, this shit ain't even done. Your thoughts on Lord of the Mysteries? Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is it because it does change it? It brings into something. You don't have the fan service. I mean, we have fan service in terms of, oh goddamn, she fine, or goddamn, he fine. Because this is a series that doesn't cater to the norms. It is in the isekai genre, but it does something so completely freaking different. And I like that about this show. But I recommend watching it, and go in with question everything and anything, even the slightest inkling. Look behind the shadows. If you watched AOT, the way we were theorizing before towards the end, that's exactly how you should treat this show. And because we've had like a whole ass timeline for Lord of the Mysteries for the next 10 years, we are gonna be eating good. But for casuals, I don't know what to tell you. If you're casual watching this, watch with someone that you know is, dare I say, a nerd in this, or they just question everything about this show. But let me know your thoughts on Lord of the Mysteries. Do you think it's going to be too confusing for you to watch, or do you believe it's something that catches your taste, something that piques your interest? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Watch Lord of the Mysteries, and all hail the fool. Take care and peace out.